Hey guys, what is up? I have a highly requested video for you guys today. Some of you guys have been DMing me this on Twitter or PMing me this on YouTube, and it is how I turned the amount of money my inventory was into how it is right now. Currently my inventory is around $140, $150, but if you did subtract the cobblestone case that I did get, it would be around $120. But I did buy around $150 worth of items throughout my Counter-Strike career, I guess, but I lost most of it through gambling and betting and stuff, so I had to buy more money. So I spent $20, got a Steam gift card, and bought 8 keys. And with these tips I'm gonna give you, which is honestly the ultimate guide for this, I'm not lying, I know there's plenty of other videos, but this one's a little bit more simpler and just what you need to know. I'm not the best trader, and I took $20 with some drops like that I got from matches and turned it into $120. So to be honest with you, I think I have a general gist of what I'm doing, and I can give you guys this information. Without any further ado, I'm just going to give you the steps or tips that you're going to need to know how to multiply your inventory so fast and become rich off CSGO. Not really, just have a better inventory. So tip number 1 only applies if you have skins and you're not willing to spend more money on just keys alone. So you're going to want to trade your skins for keys. I would not sell them on the community market because you're basically going to lose some of your money. So I would go on CSGO Lounge, Reddit, or even my own Steam group where we have a safe trading environment where you can say, okay, look, I got this skin, I want 5 keys for it. You do the trade, blah blah blah, now you have 5 keys. The link for the trading group I own will be in the description, and no, I'm not like scamming you, I'm not T-Mart. Now you may ask yourself, why do I want keys? Why can't I just trade with my skins? Now here's the thing, we experienced this about a week or 2 ago. That ultraviolet was worth around $60 when I got it, but now it's currently going for $70, $75. Prices change, but keys always stay at $2.5. or whatever currency you have, they always stay at that price, and that's why we use them. They're stable. Now this leads me into tip number 2, which is actually buying keys for lower than market value, or the $2.50 that Valve sells them for you. Now tip number 2, not many people do this. They just buy the $2.50 keys that Valve promotes, but this can save you so much money and you just have extra value for what you bought. So I'd recommend buying keys off the Steam market or something like OP Skins where they sell them cheap. Right now, for some weird reason, keys are going back up on the market. Sometimes they are $270, like they're more than what you can buy because people bought them and they're like, oh, I just need to get rid of them. But last week and a couple of the first weeks of summer, keys were really cheap. Like some of these CSGO case keys, revolver keys, and chroma keys, like the non-demanding ones, were going for like $2.30, which is 20 cents cheaper than Valve's. Right now they're like $2.60, $2.70, which is over it, but I'd wait for this or go on OP Skins where you can save like 20 cents, because let's say you buy $20 worth of $2.30 keys, you actually get $23 worth of your keys. This is because even though you bought them for $2.30, they still keep that $2.50 value, and everybody treats them as $2.50. Trust me, through trading experience, they still do. So this is a really useful tip, and I'd recommend using this for anybody who likes trading or is gonna buy keys. This is because the more keys you buy, the more you're saving. Tip number 3 is a broken record tip. Basically, you heard this from everybody making this type of video, but you're going to want to buy low and sell for high. A good example of something I did a lot was buying a Battle-Scarred Op Asimov, which is worth 8 keys. I bought it for 7 keys, and I can sell it for 9 keys easily. Now that is a 2 key profit or a $5 profit, and either way you look at that, if you keep on rinsing and repeating, you will have a huge number of keys in no time. Tip number 4 is all about getting people to want to buy your skin, or if people are reluctant to buy your skin and you're just waiting forever, make the process faster with this tip. Sometimes you need to get the eye of the trader, and basically what that means is make the skin sound more appealing or look more appealing. Like let's say it's a low float, include that in the description. Or let's say you put on a FaZe sticker or a Fnatic sticker on the scope. Let's say they're a fan of that or they think it looks good. It's more appealing to them and they're more likely to buy it, and it's more likely to get bought faster in general. Right now I'll show you how you can find the float of your skin. So what you're going to want to do is head over to csgo.exchange.com, which is a website where you get to see your inventory and the most expensive inventories in the world, your most expensive inventory friend, blah blah blah. So let's say I'm going to try and trade this M4A1S and say I have a good float. Now, float really doesn't matter too much with skins, that float doesn't make a difference visually, but let's just say they wanted a low float one. We can say, if you go onto the item showcase, it'll give you your exact float, so you can put this in on Lounge or whatever site you're trading on, or even my Steam group. But you can say, you don't have to actually have the right float, but you can say M4A1S Guardian with Titan sticker on it, or Titan Hollow, whatever, and then say nearly minimal wear float. I mean, if it does have a bad float, I really wouldn't mention the float at all, unless they ask for it. Tip number 5 is something you should have learned in kindergarten or any time when you were young. It's to be polite and respectful to the person who's buying your stuff or you're buying their stuff. Let's put it this way. Let's say somebody's trying to buy your skin and they're just being rude. They're bugging you. They're not being polite. They're not having this common courtesy. It really kind of offsets you and not want to trade with them at all. Plus, if you do this, you'll get a lot of plus reps on your Steam profile or on your CSGO Lounge profile in general, or just now you have future traders that you can trade with again. And it just opens up contacts. Maybe they know people, they recommend you to them, and you just have tons of traders that you then know. Tip number 6 is pretty similar to tip number 3, which is all about quick selling. I did want to talk about this in tip number 3. I just didn't want to take too much time on one tip, but basically you guys are not going to want to quick sell all that often. You're going to want to quick sell on items that you got that are hard to trade, or if they're going down in price so much that they're just constantly going down that you're going to want to sell them before they go too low, but I really would not recommend that too much. Anyway, I would snipe all quick sells as possible. A lot of people don't really know what quick selling is, but it's selling an item for about 80% of its actual price. So you're saving about 20% off. I'm not going to go too much in depth on how you can calculate it and all that. There's a million tutorials on YouTube. But just know it's 80% of its actual value, and buying that you can get 20% profit for the most part. So for this tip, we're going to want to go after most quick sells of items that are actually common and have a high demand. For tip number 7, we're going to want to know trading slang. A lot of traders use this slang a lot, and if you don't know it, they're just going to stop trading with you right there because they're going to know you're a noob. Basically, we already went over quick selling, but what about quick buying? I don't hear this term near as much, but basically, like quick selling, it is 20% cheaper. You might buy an item for 20% more. It does not always have to be 20% more, it just has to be over market value. Now you may be asking yourself, why do people quick buy? There's no reason. Don't you think they would go for snipes? Like tip number 6? Well, no. A lot of gamblers, well, soon this is not going to really happen as much, but a lot of gamblers who don't want to buy a knife and have that 7-day trade ban, they get this, they quick buy and deposit it on a gambling site and gamble. Or let's say you have a blue gem and they're hard to find for this AK Factory News Stat Track blue gem, so they don't want to waste their time looking forever and finding the perfect one that's a good price, so they'll just quick buy and buy expensive, but they have that item. Also, a lot of people doing giveaways who just need the item fast because they might have gotten ahead of themselves and said, okay, when we hit 2 million subs in 2 weeks, but they hit 2 million like a couple days later, so they quick buy because they're like, oh wow, I'm already at 2 mil. So that's more examples. Another common term is a low baller, and this one's kind of obvious, but let's say I ask for a bayonet Doppler Factory New, kind of going for around $240. Let's say I make an offer in keys worth around $150. I'm lowballing, I'm trying to scam them, blah blah blah. That is a low baller. You want to minus rep all those people, or make sure that they know they're lowballing. Sometimes new people don't know they're lowballing and will constantly get this terminology. What? Can I speak English? Well, they'll commonly get this terminology if they don't know what it means. So you gotta tell them that they're lowballing and the actual price. Help them out. You don't always have to be awful and just minus rep them. I tell them, but most of the time they're just being trolls and trying to scam you. Another term is B/O. No, not body odor. What this stands for is buy out. So if somebody has a B/O of 26 keys, if you give them 26 keys or offer them 26 keys, they will 100% accept your offer. That's what that means. Commonly mistaken amongst my friends and when I was a noob trader like a month or two ago. More slang is C/U. This means current offer. So basically, let's say I put up this skin and it's a AK-47 Vulcan battle scarred, and I can say C/U 15 keys. That's my current offer. That's what the current offer is for that skin somebody offered me. The most obvious slang on this list is K. My one friend had a really good offer. This guy was overpaying or quick buying his skin, and he's like, is it okay if I give you 10K? And he's like, $10,000, dude? Like, are you kidding? I swear. And the guy stopped trading with him. But basically, if you guys didn't know, K means a key. So he was offering him 10 keys, not $10,000. Tip number 8 is avoid obvious scams and scams in general. I'm going to make a video very soon on how to avoid them and my scamming history. Like, I almost got scammed maybe a week ago. And I'll show you what he did and how he got my friend and almost me. So anyway, there's obvious scams, and the scams that are very obvious and clear to stay away from are people who claim they're gamblers offering you PayPal money for your skin, but you have to send the skin first, you know? Or they're offering you Steam gift cards. Can I say Steam right? Anyway, those are super obvious scams. Stay away from pretty much all of them. Other obvious scams are when they're asking you to send a trade to your friend, because they can go and impersonate your friend, and if you're not smart enough and double check, you just sent an item to your friend. Fake friend, it's really them. Like we do at my safe trading group on Steam, we do not let any people with VAC bans, even if it's a while ago, they still have this history of being somewhat of a tool. So, don't trade with anybody with a VAC ban, especially if it's recent, dude. They have douchey intentions, unless they're anomaly. Just to sum this tip up, basically don't trade with anybody who's fishy, bugging you, and making very low-balling or super high offers if they're like really high, or if they're asking for real-world money, or they're giving you real-world money. I would just decline them, minus rep them, and block them if they're any bit fishy or they're trying any of these scams. I would make a cheeky tip number 9 of stay persistent, keep up with it. I mean, it does work, that's how I got this far. But I'm not gonna rob you guys of a tip, so, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I do just want to tell you my journey real quick. So I did buy a $20 gift card, and I bought $23 worth of keys. And at first, I had those keys, and I did get really lucky with drops. So when the Gamma case came out, I got 3 of those bad boys. I got one when they were about $8, and one when they were like $6, and one when they were $4. And it was really awesome. And I also did get 2 Bravo cases in the same time, so I'm really lucky with getting case drops apparently. So what basically happened was when I first got the keys, and after I was trade banned or trade holded, I did a lot of the Asimov battle scarred trades. I also did do some betting on CSGO Lotto, so you know, that helped as well, you know. But then it came a point of time when I basically had $70 worth of items and about $25 worth of keys. I sold my $70 to $75 worth of skins on the market, which gave me about $62, I believe, is what I got from that $75 worth of skins. Kinda bad, but hey, what can you expect? Gaben's always taking our money. But then I bought a field-tested ultraviolet flip knife. I really did enjoy this knife. I still do, but I'm looking to trade it, sadly, because I didn't unbox it. If I unboxed a knife, I would probably keep it for a while. But then, what I had of keys, I bought basic skins like my pink DD Pat, M4A1S Guardian, and the AK-47 Red Laminate. Anyway, I'm gonna continue this journey as soon as I stop getting logged out of this Steam app, and then I'm gonna buy you your guys' giveaway. Thank you so much for the recent support. I love you all, I really do. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video, please leave me a dislike and a reason why you didn't like it. Have yourselves a nice day. Peace.